Hello again, everyone. Welcome back, and welcome to another rainy Tuesday afternoon here in Central South Carolina, but that's okay. Today, we're going to look at another J.C. Newman cigar. As promised last week, this is the Brickhouse Maduro, and this is the Toro. 6 by 52, and there's your density. Now, this cigar has been around a while. We're going to check out this current version, but the interesting thing that you might have seen on the lead-in is that the Brickhouse label is a tribute to J.C. Newman's childhood home that also served as the town tavern. Now, this cigar, as you also saw, is a Brazilian Arapiraca wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler. There's not a whole lot else to talk about. I mean, these have been out a while and probably you have had them, but we're going to look at it a little closer today. So let's get right to it. The Brickhouse Maduro Toro. This is a nice darker brown cigar, but for Maduro, it is not that super dark. Okay, we have a good draw. Don't mind that at all. Well, initially you have what appears to be a citrusy cedar, nice sweetness to it, chocolate, a lot of nice sweet chocolate, some brown sugar, a lot of fair amount of cinnamon, a creamy nutmeg, and by that I mean nutmeg and cream, creamy nutmeg, black coffee at the base, and the black pepper initially is around 8. It's very, very good. So that's how you start. You've got a lot of nice sweet flavors there. You can get the citrus cedar combination very nicely, and the sweetness from the brown sugar and the chocolate come through nicely too. And the black coffee make it a dark noted cigar. Not only does the chocolate, but the coffee. So pretty good start. So let's see what we have by the first third. Well, we're here at the first third, and we pretty much have the same flavor notes. The black coffee seems to have ticked up a little bit, and I'm glad it did. It needed to. It's a Maduro cigar. The sweet notes are quite prominent. You sort of have almost like a cedary, dry cedar, but then that's that twang of the citrus. And of those two, I would say it's kind of a 40-60 split, cedar to citrus. And you have the brown sugar. You have plenty of the chocolate notes. Even some caramel notes intermixed in there. The nutmeg is not very intrusive at all at this point. And the cinnamon is very good. The pepper remains very good. It's a nice amount of black pepper, and I like that. The finish is a little chocolate, a little more citrus, and a little subtle nutmeg with nice lingering black pepper. It is a high-grade, medium-bodied. Really, you could almost call it medium to full. Very good in this segment. For this segment, I would rate it 93. Very tasty. So let's move on forward and see what the second third brings. Well, we're down to the finish with the second third. And I want you to follow me on this. I'm going to remove this band here real quick, too. The flavor notes have not changed, but you've still got plenty of sweet notes. Plenty of sweet notes. The same sweet notes we talked about before. And the chocolate is sweet. It's not a dark chocolate. But you know what? The coffee notes decreased. It's like there's so many sweet notes, and it's very sweet. But it's lacking the depth of the dark notes. The chocolate is a sweet chocolate. It's not a dark chocolate. So it's just another sweet flavor. It's full bodied. Finish is pretty much unchanged. There's a little cedar in there and the citrus, but it's pretty much unchanged. And maybe you could throw in some cedar notes. The nutmeg for predominantly Nicaraguan is really not around, which is a little puzzling. But it's a pretty good cigar. It's just lacking the depth of this dark notes. If it had more of those dark coffee notes, it would be very good. It'd be the same score. For the second third, I'm lowering it 91 because of the lack of dark notes. The pepper is excellent. The black pepper on the front end is excellent. And on the finish. So I hope you follow that. And if you had these, tell me what you think. But it's very sweet. All that's fine, well, and good. Everything's fine. It's lacking nutmeg and the coffee notes. The coffee notes decreased, and you almost have nothing but sweet notes. So it's not balanced. So let's see what the final third brings. Well, we're down to the end. So let's wrap her up. Pretty tight, Ash. Held on pretty good. Really nothing changed from the midpoint to now. Still very sweet, still very peppery, very full bodied to me. Finish is unchanged. The coffee still was a little lacking. That's all you can say bad about this cigar. If there's anything to say bad, it has coffee notes, but not quite enough of them for me. I'll maintain the 91 for the final third. If it had plenty of dark notes, this would be really it'd be really fantastic. But as it is, it's good. Plenty of you had these. Let me know what you think. Final overall score, 91.67. And that's all things considered right where I think it ought to be. So there you have it. The Brick House Maduro Toro, 91.67.